Hello and welcome to PaxAriaGaming. This is Reg with episode number 9 of Crimson Desert. We're in Chapter 7, Homecoming. Since the last episode, I've solved all of the issues with my sound thing, thanks to ChatGPT. I actually bought a new capture card, did all that kind of stuff. I didn't need it. It was some kind of setting in Bandicam, which I probably should stop using. Anyway, I'm just showing you guys where I am in the game. These are my faction. That was the scattered embers, the gray main ones. So you can see the progress I've made. And I play every day, so I don't record every day, but I play every day. So you can just sort of see where I am in the game. It's a massive game, so even though I've done a lot, there's still a lot left to do. And some of the quests won't open up until you initiate them. So even though some of them look like they're complete, that's not always true. It may be true for some of them, but not all of them. So for instance, I know the witches have new quests for each region. So in one region, I will complete those quests in this episode, but the new quests will pop up for, what's the next one? I don't know whether it's Pailune or one of the other areas, but there will be new quests for witches in other areas. You won't get them until you complete the ones in this area first. These are my skills. I'm at 9 stamina, level 9. Health is level 8. And spirit is level 6. So pretty robust in each area for where I am in the game. I've unlocked quite a few skills. Yeah, we're going to take on Altumbra's sword first. So I've unlocked a few of those, but maybe I haven't solved the sound problems because I don't hear. Okay, so I think I hear some sound there.
A fine warrior always keeps his belly full.
Yeah, we hear him cooking over here.
You needed a bite.
So what was I getting ready to say? In the interim, after discovering that my footage didn't have recorded sound, I mean, obviously when I'm playing the game, all the sound is perfect. I don't play the game with headphones or anything like that, so that's a bit risky. But again, I'm watching on an 80-inch television, so I think you lose a little bit of the full experience if you watch on a PC or something.
Do you need more?
Anyway, so we've been running around doing a lot of things. I went to Pororan
everything down. You need to savor the flavor.
To initiate some of the research there. Also some of the research in Scalastone as well. The Scalastone ones got expensive, so I sort of stopped, but I will go back to those. The Pororan ones were a little bit cheaper. So I do have replenishing arrows. But replenishing arrows are not the same thing as infinite arrows. Replenishing will will replenish up to 100. I don't know whether it's every day. I've never used them all up to see whether or not. I know some people say, well, if you use them all up, you end up breaking it. That hasn't been my experience. But then I haven't used the 100. So anyway, this is the this is what Altumbra's sword is. This is the Sanctum of Absolution. I have fought this boss probably 20 or so times. I have new weapons. I have a new shield. He's a very difficult boss. So I fought him a lot, and I suspect that since it's been a couple of days since I fought him the last time, I'll probably die within the first 10 seconds before getting my act together. But in any case, I will show you the first and the last attempt of this particular boss fight. He's a little bit like he was one of the ones that I put off like Crowcaller. I got to them early and couldn't beat them and just put it aside for a couple of weeks, and now I'm back and I'm not going to leave until I beat him. So okay, I might have lasted 12 seconds. I won't use any of the revives. I'll only use the revives if I get him down to where he only has like 25 or 30% health left, because that's real progress, and I wouldn't want to start this fight all over again. So that first attempt was the first one where I lost pretty quickly. In the intervening time, I think I fought him maybe 5 or 6 more times, in addition to the 20 I fought him previously. And this will be the successful run, I think. I did try to climb up that pillar. If you can get up the pillar, he will jump up, and if you time it right, you'll always be able to get a couple of hits. It's chipping away, and it'll take a long time to build up his stagger meter. You can see the little yellow meter, the little yellow band below the red health bar. I guess it's a yellow bar, but below the health bar. So this strategy here seems to be the most effective for me, and that is slowing down time, which you can do to heal. Also, you slow down time and you time his hits so you can parry them, and that'll sort of stun him a little bit. And you could use Force Palm and then get a couple of hits in and then back off. I don't know how that hit me. That should not have hit me. You don't want those. You can actually run between those. I couldn't figure that out the first few times I fought him. And I was getting killed pretty quickly by those little blade thingies that he throws out. So, okay, for some reason I missed that one. Yeah, you want to dodge forward if he has the red attack, because you can't block it. And when you're out of the arena, you have a little bit of time to heal. And I don't think I couldn't figure out how to do that the whole game. Now in the middle of the fight, I figured out how to do that triple jump thing or double jump thing. So you're not going to beat him by staggering him one time. You're gonna have to do it more than once. You can dodge those. It'll take you a few tries, because once you try it, let's say 3 or 4 times, you get into a rhythm where you understand what it is he's doing. He's not as aggressive as some of the other bosses. So you'll always be able to get that. And get some hits in. Do that. I should be getting ready to stagger because I have his bar filled up. Yeah. Now you want to not get greedy, back out, and rinse and repeat. Ouch. Okay. You want to avoid those. If you don't press L3 and R3 at exactly the same time, you won't get the slow time thing. You'll get that, which is very annoying. That happens to me a lot when I'm fighting. And I swear I'm pressing them both at the same time. So maybe it's an input thing with my controller, I'm not sure. Let's see, I was trying to slow time again. Slowing down time is probably your best friend in this fight. You don't have anything that you can pick up and hit him with, right? Like I did in the fight against Cassius. I don't know how I missed that one. Yeah, as long as you have spirit, you can do this. You can just spam this. It'll give you time to reorient to where he is, because he does. I want to get out of the corner. He does teleport quite a bit. Now this is the one you want to dodge because you can't really. God damn it. Not quite. Again, I misparried that. It should be like an automatic parry. You can also push him back by releasing the focus force thingy. The stun is like less than a second, so I don't know how helpful it is, but at least it may knock him out of an animation. I usually use that for crowd control. Launch forward. It looks like those things hit you, but they really don't do any real damage to you. And right now, I'm being too passive because as you can see, I haven't done any damage to him in like the last 4 minutes of this fight, and that's going to cost me because I have to use health in order to deal with the fact that he's chipping away at me because I'm being passive. Okay, yeah, he does that like 3 times in a row. So with that, you need to just keep dodging. I was late on my my second shot after force punching him. Ouch. See, if you get just chipped by them, they won't kill you. But if you get caught the wrong way, they can really cause a lot of damage. Earlier I tried running up the steps and hiding in that little hallway. And the little blades, I didn't think they can reach me in there, but for some reason some of them can. And when you're in a narrow hallway, you really can't dodge them. Yeah, the further away from these, the easier they are to dodge, actually. Yeah, bring plenty of food to the fight. Dodge. And because I can't, it takes me a little while to relock onto him. It's a bit of a pain in the ass when he's doing all this teleporting around. Sometimes it locks on, sometimes it doesn't. I wasn't able to do anything. He teleported, I was locked on, but I couldn't really do anything at that point. And again, it's been like maybe 7 minutes now, and I've done no more damage to him, nor have I gotten his stagger bar up, because I'm being too careful. For me, this is actually a pretty good run, getting his health to this point. He doesn't have a second phase, so but he doesn't need one. This is for me at least, it's a very difficult fight. I am not the parry god, number one, so that makes it difficult. He's got a lot of bullshit going on. These things here, which I now know how to dodge, so it's a little bit better. I don't have a problem leaving the arena for my 30-second break and coming back in. For some reason, I did not time that right. I mean, it should be easier to time those. So now I want to do as much damage as I can. Okay, so he's just gonna pop back into the arena. You could see him jump up if you stayed in the frame long enough. And I guess if you see him, you can sort of dodge out of the way when he comes back in. But at least I got his stagger meter up to at least halfway, almost halfway, which is far better. His health is pretty tanky, actually. Dodge forward. See, for some reason when I do that, I lose the lock on, because ideally you would want to do that lock on, get a couple of hits in. Okay, yeah, he's being super annoying now. Okay, once again, I wasn't locked on, so I just wasted that force palm. Finally got a parry. Lost my lock on. So, yeah, this fight would have been even easier if I hadn't lost my lock on. Now, I am not going to start this fight all over again. I am going to use one of my Palmer recovery things. I'm going to use the full ones. I had a whole bunch of them. You find those in various caves that have treasure chests. They're usually lying right beside the treasure chest. So there is a benefit to picking those up. There's the normal ones, which give you 30% health after reviving. And then there are the golden ones. They're not called golden Palmer pills. I think they're called refined Palmer pills. Those will give you 100% health and spirit. I should have used Force Palm before that last strike. So I got a little greedy. Instead of hitting him, and then Force Palm and rinse and repeat, basically, I decided to go for one more hit. And yes, if I die again, I'm going to use another one of those Palmer pill things. Middle. I'm messing up my slow time. He's teleporting all over the place. I did hit him, but I was turned the other way. You should be able to parry from any direction when you're using this, although now I need to dodge. I've gone back into a little bit of a passive mode, but that's okay, I feel pretty confident. Yeah, that's the one you need to watch out for. I'm hating my controller right now. He's just going to stalk around the arena, and then eventually he'll swing. He usually misses the first swing based on the distance. I mistimed that. He was far enough away that he missed both swings. I mistimed it. The idea is the second swing you want to hit you, so you want to be close enough. I am going to use my 100% revive. Oh my god. Let's see if I can get it right this time. He's close enough. No, he's got his buddies. No, he's still... I can't tell whether this is the one where three of them pop up. It's not. Okay, so I got it, but then he teleported. That's the one with his little clones. If I was brave enough, I would just walk up to him. There we go. That's what I meant. I got no health left. I'm trying to heal. Oops, that's his 3 hits. No problem. Give me a chance to heal a little bit. He will reset over there. He'll throw out the blades, but he doesn't usually walk down here. He doesn't chase you down here. So you do have some time to catch your breath. Gotcha. Yep. Okay, you don't have to do a finisher because Altumbra's sword will take care of him. Not an easy fight. So you get the artifact, you get the weapon, and you still have to purify the sanctum. So for me, that took way longer than... Actually, for me, that's probably normal. For a lot of people, they probably can finish this fight a lot faster than I did. Okay, now we have a couple of things we need to do here. There is... We may have gotten the chest already. I can't remember. But there may be a chest. We have to restart the sanctum thingy. We need 2 pieces for that. And we'll put them in the cuckoo pot since they're big, and dragging them around isn't something we need to do anymore. So I don't see the sword there, so we must have gotten it already. Where is it? That's it. Vessel of Dark Pursuit. Now, one of the things I discovered is that the sword that Altumbra was wielding was much bigger than this one. Much more impressive. This one is like normal man size, and it only throws out 3 of those little black blade thingies, whereas his was doing like 12 of them. So not too thrilled about that, but I'm gonna rock this weapon for a while. Okay, I'm looking for... Okay, so maybe it's below us since the floor fell in. Let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy shit. Okay, that's different. This little room is apparently very hot. Burning me to death. Alright. Oh, there it is. It's floating above us. This thing. Alright, so we need this. If I can get myself positioned the right way. So we need one of these, and then we need a square... I picked the wrong button. And we need a square, little square battery thingy as well. Yeah, you can always tell when I take a couple of days off from this game. You put it in your cuckoo pot, which is incredibly convenient. I now have 2 of them, by the way. I have a cooler, which I haven't used yet. You can put food in it, although I don't know. Actually, you know what? It could be a good thing, because it could be a way for you to just store tons of food so you don't have to keep going back to the butchers. So I was wondering, what is the utility of having a cooler cuckoo pot? But now I think I just figured it out just by talking here. All right, we're going to put that item right on top of that that area right there in front of us. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I can go and just buy up tons of food. and just put it in the cuckoo pot, in the cooler cuckoo pot. There's a whole quest about cuckoo pots, and I think I have now the blueprint for a cuckoo spear, which I haven't done yet. It sort of, if you go to the menu when you're in that little area, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of things you can do in the whole cuckoo realm, just like in Scalastone and just like in Port Orin. And I do intend on doing all of those quests. One of the things I've started doing is sending my crew out to do dispatch quests to get more money. I still haven't gotten into stealing and stuff like that. I mean, every once in a while, I'll do it because it's just really opportunistic. But I haven't pickpocketed anyone, at least not intentionally. I think I pickpocketed someone once unintentionally. And just like in the previous Sanctums, you climb up to the top, you do a force jump, and an R3, and that locks that in place. And now you need the little battery that fits into this little square area. And then after all that's done, we then solve that little puzzle because it allows us to take the core with us, which is what you want to do in each of these Sanctums. The game doesn't really tell you that. It just tells you, it'll tell you when you've cleansed the Sanctum, but it doesn't tell you to take the core. I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure how people are supposed to know that. I did it accidentally by, you know, sort of seeing what that dial was. And then I read somewhere that, oh, people are missing out on that because they're supposed to do that for each one. So then I had to go back to the Sanctums I had already cleared. Okay, this little area. We actually, let's see, when I finished taking a leak against the wall over there, that's what he looks like he was doing. I'm pretty sure Kliff wasn't doing that. He probably was. Anyway, we're looking for the little square piece. And the little square piece is hidden. This is the little hallway that I came into from the other side. Okay, so you want to break these pots, which aren't easy to break, apparently. You know, you think you can just take your sword and swing and break them. But apparently, they're not that easy to break. Okay, I think I've broken enough, actually. So what you want to do is you just want to pull this little battery into your cuckoo pot. I mean, what you cannot do is put living things in the cuckoo pot. At least not yet. I don't know. Maybe there's a cuckoo pot for that too. I'm not sure. But when I was doing an earlier quest with one of the outlaws, I was wondering whether or not I can just put them in there and teleport back. But no, you can't. That would have been so easy. All right, so we want to put the battery in this little slot, and that should cleanse the Sanctum. Yeah, I have to scroll all the way to get to the cuckoo pot. I'm not sure why it's... And maybe it is easier to get to, and I'm just not seeing it. So you just go... I always put discard, because there's nothing to say... I'm looking at that takeout thing, that X, never lights up for me. You think that you'd want to take it out of your cuckoo pot, but it doesn't ever light up. So I usually end up discarding it, and then it pops up here. And then you just position it and use force palm to pump it to push it back in. If I can stop. For some reason, I always have more trouble with these than I should. Since the last time I had a hell of a time putting those little stuff. Okay, so that should do it. the witch is likely to appear. That's what happens with all the
You've
other ones.
restored the Sanctum of Absolution. It once more glows with radiant light. They sought to smother this place in the darkest of shadows. I'm grateful you stopped them before it was too late. They must have guided your path.
Okay. So we've done all 4 sanctums in Hernand. We will meet the witch again. That's the blueprint for the cuckoo spear. Now these are pretty easy to do. It's just about timing. So you want to hit each of the little white dots. Good. If you miss one, then it sort of resets and you have to do the whole thing again. So it's not difficult, it's just tedious to time it just right. And that's the core that we're going to take with us. Once the sanctum is purified, you can always take the core. Now I need to climb up to get it because it's out of reach. So if you've already completed sanctums or cleansed the sanctums, go back. The enemies will not respawn. Once you've cleansed the sanctum, those annoying flying enemies are gone. I'm assuming they're gone because you have to sort of beat them in order to get the space and time to actually do these. I mean, that's been my experience. If you leave them alive, then they'll just keep bugging you. You'll never be able to do this without them sniping you. And if you use blinding flash, you can knock them out of the sky and easily take care of them. It took me a while to learn that. I mean, some of the stuff, it's truly trial and error. Because I kept thinking, how am I supposed to fight them? You know, they're flying around. You know, I was using arrows and knock them out of the sky. It takes like 3 or 4 arrows to knock them down. And then there's some that you can never hit from that distance. And those flying enemies are in a bunch of different places in the game. They're not just here, and they're not just in the sanctums. They're all over the frickin' map. Okay, so we've done those 2 things. Now what we want to do is we're going to find a chest that's over in an area we passed before. It's this area right here. See, the thing opens when you get close to it. You have to jump onto the little ledge to pop down and use force palm, and it'll flip you into the room. You know, be careful because it'll also flip you out of the room. So the only reason you want these are going to be boots. Yeah, the only reason you want these is for the abyss gear. You're not likely to ever wear these boots, but get them because you're here, and then that really completes this area. To get out, you light this little lamp, walk through, and you're sort of back to where you were. And you can leave, or you can, depending on where you want to go, you can warp out of here and go to wherever you want to go next. So that is the Sanctum of Absolution. So we're now done with that. We are going to head to speak to Elowen, the witch. The witch quests are actually, I like them. They're pretty fun. Once you know how to defeat the flying enemies, they're fun. Before that, they're not. The regular enemies aren't that difficult. So I don't know whether I'll show me doing all of the witches in Pailune. All right, let's talk to Elowen.
The sanctuaries have been restored. Thank you for reclaiming what is ours. I can feel our power flowing once more. In Pailune, there are 5 witches who maintain order, myself included.
Okay.
For ages, we have each stood our ground, seeing the world through our immortal eyes. Yet our love for the land is no different than yours. Your fate binds you to them as well. When you've met with us all, visit the Labyrinth Grove. A
I'm not
small
going to
gift
remember
awaits
that.
that speaks of our
Are you
gratitude.
kidding me? I'm not going to remember that, lady. All right, so that clearly there are 5 sets of sanctums. This was the first one. I know that there are ones in Pailune. I guess is wherever region of the map we go, they're going to be these sets of witches. That's what it seems like. And I think I've been to every region of the map. Not to explore, but to do certain things. Like there was a quest for the Pororan children that had sort of run off to sort of have an adventure, and I was sent to find each of them and tell them to come back home. And they were each in a different part of the map. And all I did was go out there and meet with them, tell them the chief is looking for you. I didn't do any exploring when I was in that area. I did try to unlock fast travel points along the way. The enemies in some parts are very difficult and plentiful. And so the idea was, look, I can't fight all of these people. I mean, you know, I don't think I don't have the refinement level in my weapons or my gear to sort of fight through all of them. I think they're meant to be fought later on. Especially since the next area we go to, we know is going to be Pailune. And so I was all over the map.
We meet again. Until next time.
I mean, and there are some parts of the world map in this game that are so vastly different from where we started out in Hernand. Incredibly different. And I only knew that by running around and running through those areas. Okay, now we're back to the main quest, right? After we fought Cassius, that ended the chapter and began the next chapter, and that chapter was taking place. The start of that chapter was taking place in Pailune. I didn't talk to anyone in Pailune. This is the beginning of chapter 7, proper Homecoming in terms of main quest stuff. I haven't done any exploring in this area either. I haven't done anything in this area. So let's help this guy.
Please take my hand. Thank you. You didn't hesitate to answer a cry for help. Kindness always finds its way back. I hope that we cross paths once more. May humility be your truest strength.
Okay, we found another one of these disappearing people. Okay, so this one will be the Witch of Humility. And then we have the Witch of Strength. So one of the things that I have to make note of is that whenever you're in one of these new areas, you should definitely find the tower bell or church bell to ring. When you do that, one of those little Pororan children will always appear as well. I did it in Hernand, and I did it in Caliphate. I have not done it here because it does really open the map up. So really, I should be telling myself it's the first thing you should do: find that tower or find that church bell and ring it. So there are a bunch of little notes, little sticky notes I have for
A
myself.
well-crafted piece of furniture can transform the whole room.
Yeah, buddy, I'm not buying your furniture. I need to. My little cabin. For those of you who don't know, Kliff has a cabin. It's not far from. I guess it's technically in Howling Hill, but it's not in that camp. It's sort of like across. It's not far from
Fine
the camp.
furniture is the key to a
It's
better
like
quality of life.
walking, flying distance from the camp.
Come back
But
if you need anything.
it's basically an empty place. It's got a bed, and I think mine had one cabinet thingy in there. So I have some things in there, but they're sitting on the floor.
Situation.
I feel like an outsider in my own homeland. It's crazy. There's folk who resent us. Resent how we abandoned Pailune. Don't want anything to do with us.
Fucking cowards. They just stood there when we bled. I'll go beat some sense into them.
Yeah,
Naira, don't even.
thank you.
You'll only make things worse.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
we're
Kliff.
supposed to just let ourselves get shat on?
I'd have dragged Marius along if I'd known people would shut us out like this. Then at least we could eavesdrop on their conversations.
Hint, hint. We have to go eavesdrop.
Reclaiming what was ours is both an honor and a sacred duty.
Okay, so we were in a calmer period for the moment, so we'll go and try to eavesdrop to get some information. Yeah, I'm not really good at eavesdropping. Because I think it's... Yeah, I know how to do it. The problem is the game is a little janky in terms of...
Those bloody jackals are
See,
making
I
my
can
life
hear
a
them.
misery. Those bloody jackals are making my life a misery.
But I guess I'm not in a position because it's still telling me to eavesdrop. So I think you have to lean on something. We'll see. I've always found it weird. I mean, I've tried, unlike in the Assassin's Creed game where all you need to do is sort of, it's a little bit easier to eavesdrop than in this game. Let me just say that. So I'm like, am I not in the right position? See, the idea is press L1.
Wonder what's going through his mind at a time like this.
Seems he's got plenty to keep him busy down in the command post.
Okay, so I'm leaning. I guess I'm eavesdropping.
Should pay him
Yeah,
a visit
okay.
soon.
See, I guess that's the issue is you're not really sure whether you're eavesdropping or not until you begin to see that bar move across on the left-hand side. I think it could be a little bit easier to sort of figure out eavesdropping. But again, those are minor complaints. I think this is a wonderful game. Lots of things to do. You can see the map. You can see where I've sort of traversed. I guess in an upcoming video I'll show the map so you can sort of see where I've been. I don't know how many towers there are in this game to ring to unlock the total map.
Careless hunters are damaging these woods.
There he goes.
I told you, I'm having tipsy.
What are you even trying to say?
What's got you into this state? You're well over your limit.
No, I can drink more.
We'll grab this recipe, but it says check my surroundings, so I guess maybe there's someone else we have to eavesdrop on?
Oh, you are embarrassing me.
People are probably wondering, why is this guy walking around? Okay, yeah, talk to this guy. Why is he walking around shining a lantern in my face?
Looks like you've seen something you'd rather forget.
You're right. This is something no one should ever see. Sober up and get yourself home.
We're leaving.
What happened to you?
It's nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't say anything.
Tell me. I'll help you if I can.
Do you think me a fool? You're one of them, aren't you? After another offering, I bet. I did all that you commanded. I gave you another life of my own. You told me I was done to stop coming after me.
Okay. Not sure what that was about. Okay, so we need to engage a secret organization.
Go on, ask a question.
Oops, sorry, buddy. Yeah, the other thing about the game is that, you know, they cluster people together so much that you can't help but bump into them on certain occasions.
Go on, ask a question.
I don't have a question, buddy. Where you're just walking and you bump into people, and it's even worse when you're riding a horse. You'll see later, or I'm actually riding a horse. I try not to hit people, but if you're following an NPC, they just run right over some of these characters in the game. I'm like, damn. I don't know why the developers didn't sort of make them, the AI make them automatically move out of the way of horses. In some games you see that, where they'll sort of, you know, go to each side of the road so that you won't run them over. In this game, they just stand there. It's like, wow. So forever I've like thinking I'm going to hurt them if I run over them. Turns out, I don't guess it matters. All right, so we need to talk to this. Well, he told me to go on in, but I know I can't go on in.
Hold! Not just anyone walks in here. Speak your purpose.
Yeah, this little part needs some work because his mouth is moving and nothing's coming out, so...
This is the larder that keeps our town fed.
So yeah, the animation was not good, and the whole dialogue thing is a little weird because you end up repeating it, then you end up going back and lying, repeating it again. I mean, it's just really sort of janky.
Did you hear that?
So I always start out by telling the truth, and then when that doesn't work, I then go back to the same dialogue and then lie.
This town's under
And you move on to the next one.
Blue Fangs. Having your word? Outsiders aren't welcome in Pailune.
And you are not likely to
not
have enough information, so you're going to have to go back and do some more eavesdropping to learn a little bit more before you try this again.
Just make sure you don't do anything to arouse further suspicion.
I ended up doing this like 3 times, which is pretty annoying. Because it's the exact same, actually not the exact same dialogue, it's similar dialogue and you just have to keep going through it.
What do you want?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the dialogue. I think these people sound like they have an attitude with Kliff. Even though Kliff can cut any of them in half.
Hello, traveller.
You'll find it useful.
Enjoying the day? Interested in anything else?
So we need to keep finding these little clues, which basically means eavesdropping.
You're a strange one. I don't know you.
It's funny because I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to be eavesdropping on it or someone in the house.
That jackal stirred up trouble again just a couple of days back.
Am I not in the right place?
We must put an end to those jackals. It's time for the Blue Fangs.
I guess as long as the question mark has the little things moving towards it, I guess we were actually eavesdropping. I was trying to figure out how would I know whether this is working or not.
Slipping into the underground command post.
Yeah, I don't really like
Up
that.
to something?
That mechanic, because it's less clear until you see the white bar. Okay, so we got a little bit more knowledge. So then we go back to this guy again. See, this is the annoying thing about this little quest. Is instead of giving you the option of gathering all of the clues, you end up sort of doing it piecemeal. So you do this, you do the first one, he tells you, no, I can't let you in. You go back, you do this one, and he tells you, I can't let you in. And you go back and you do another one. It's like so frustrating.
Surely the jackals won't reach his ear. Hold! Not just anyone walks in here. Speak your purpose.
It's the same dialogue.
This is the larder that keeps our town fed.
Yeah, I didn't know which one to start with, so I went back to the first one.
You've got no business here.
But now I'm going to go to the second option. And in the second option, there should be a drop down.
Aye. Just make sure you don't do anything to arouse further suspicion.
I didn't say anything, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so we're going to go to the...
This is the larder that keeps our
I had
town
the wrong
fed.
one, sorry.
Be gone if you've got no business here.
All right.
Where'd you hear that?
All right, so this is a new option.
Be that as it may, I still can't let you in.
All right. Go to the second one.
This town's under the protection of the Blue Fangs.
And then we'll see what drops down
You
from
heard?
this one.
Outsiders aren't welcome in Pailune. You're not welcome here either.
Buddy, I'm here to save your ass. What the hell?
Aye. Just make sure you don't do anything to arouse further suspicion. This town's under the protection of the Blue Fangs. Haven't you heard? Outsiders aren't welcome in Pailune. You're not welcome here either.
Okay.
You even know the captain by name. Given the circumstances, I had no choice but to be wary.
All right, so I went back and did
Forgive
the
me.
third
You can go on and head
eavesdrop and got this option. Actually, I did it 2 more times. I chose John the first time, and he wouldn't let me in. And you choose Torstein the second time, and then he'll say, oh, you know the boss by name. So, again, it's tedious. You go through the trap door, and then you meet Torstein.
Jackals, black bears, all the same in the end.
Who goes there? How did you find this place?
I'm looking for Torstein.
Torstein, you
Black
better come and
bear's
get them
slithing, eh?
before I cut them down. You better come
Easy
and get
now.
'em.
Stow your blades and step back.
Okay.
Well, been a long time. Forgive them. We're all on edge these days.
That's fine. You've hidden yourself well.
Oh, we can't risk exposing our location to anyone.
So I was confused at first. Is he
you've
a Grey
arrived.
Mane?
Indeed. Your timing couldn't be better. We've been devising a plan to reclaim Pailune.
Actually, I guess there were a couple
Those
of people
black bear bastards have been
who
snatching
knows
folk,
Kliff that they
sending them
weren't
to who knows
Greymanes.
where. Rescuing
Because
the
one of the
prisoners
lords from the previous
is our
episode, he
utmost
knows
priority.
and is not a
We've already
Greymane.
figured out where they're being
And
held
I'm guessing
captive.
Torstein might not be, even though he's got
You
the little
join
tattoo
us.
thing on his face, so I assumed he was, but I guess all of them seem to have the tattoos.
You can take care of the situation in the mountains. I'll get going. Good. Light the beacon once you're done.
Okay, so he's sending us on a Light the Beacon quest. That beacon is in Drake's Fall Gorge. And, okay, it says follow the soldier. All right, so we're going to follow a soldier. So I would love to sort of scour this place. There might be some goodies down here, but apparently I need to do this first.
It's an honor, Greymane.
One of the things about following
I'll guide you from here.
the soldiers, I guess
Folk dismiss the rumors of the Greymanes gathering again.
you know,
And
I
it really
guess
is good to see you all back in Pailune.
I guess I can always stop along the way if I find a fast travel point or something like that. They'll wait for me. I tend not to do that. I tend to just follow them to the destination. But I'm always concerned about whether or not I'm missing fast travel points when I'm doing that. There are a couple of them like that where it's like, oh, follow the soldier. And you're like, okay. And in one case, it transitioned to a new region. I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure there are fast travel points between Hernand and this new place that I'm at.
With jackals and black bears around every bend, Pailune hasn't known a quiet day.
Okay, so we got two different enemies to deal with, the jackals and the black bears. We know the black bears. They were the ones we started with. At the beginning of the game, Mirrodin is the leader of the black bears.
This is everyone. Man, woman, child, doesn't matter. Put them in chains. We tried to track where they keep the captives. But each time we approached, they'd kill one and hang the corpse as a warning. We even tried a more covert route, but they sniffed us out immediately. More died with each attempt. We feared we'd lose them all before long. Your arrival.
You know, he just runs through people. He just runs over all these guys. He doesn't even miss a beat. He just, you guys see my horse, get out of the way. I'm trying not to hit them. He's just. So I guess there's no.
Are on constant patrol.
Watch this. Okay, well, one of them didn't get out of the way. I did clip the last one. So the good thing is you're unlocking parts of the map by doing this anyway. Wow, buddy, that was kind of dramatic. You didn't get hit that hard.
Me to get you there in one piece.
Yeah, I'm convinced there are fast travel points. Like 2 or 3 of them we probably already passed. Oh, we're back in Hernandian territory. Interesting.
You're on. It's best to move quietly and stay out of sight. The jackals spot you. I shudder to think of the consequences.
Where the hell are we? Let me look at the map 1 second.
Doubt that you could cut them down, Greymane. But there is another way.
Okay, so we completed a dispatch mission. I don't have them set to repeat. I think I'll...
Without giving them reason to sacrifice more innocent souls.
I think I'm eventually going to change it to repeat because that just makes more money. I also put a gold bar in the bank and set it to invest. Only 1 gold bar, so I don't know how much return on my investment that I'm actually getting. Okay, so we've crossed back into Pailune. Now, he sounded like this was supposed to be a stealthy mission, but I'm in a whole new region that has likely a boatload of enemies, so I don't know whether fighting ends the mission. I've been rescuing Pailunese people the entire game. I think I'm up to like 400 of them by now. Initially, the game didn't tell you how many. The game still doesn't tell you how many to rescue, but there's an infinity sign next to the number that you're supposed to rescue, as opposed to giving you a specific number. Because at first I thought, oh, maybe it's 50. Then that wasn't the case. And so maybe it's 100. I didn't know we would still be doing the rescue missions in Pailune. But basically, we're liberating a whole region of the game that's been enslaved by the jackals and the black bears. So I guess that was why it was set to infinity. So I sort of cut to the chase a little bit. That's the tower we need to get to. There's something that looks like a volcano in this area. But there's nothing called volcano on the map. So I think one of these days I'll go up, climb up and explore it if I can get close to it. Now, if we're supposed to be stealthy, the idea is don't fight all those people down below the tower, just go to the tower. That's the volcano area. Or it looks like a volcano. So we're gonna go across here. We're not gonna explore in this episode. It looks like there's a lot to explore. And since we're in a new region, Pailune, I think that I will have an exploration episode. I think I did that in Hernand, or at least part of it. I mean, there's a lot to explore, so you know, it would take like 5 episodes of exploring to cover it all. And I won't do that, but I'll choose different points of interest. I love that the game now checks off the caves that you've explored, because it'd be annoying going back to caves that you've already looted. So that's a little bit good. The same thing with liberating areas. I don't have the game set to have to re-liberate an area, so once it's liberated, it should stay liberated. At least until I complete the game, and then I can go back and do it differently, but I don't want to have to liberate the same area like 5 or 6 times in the same game. I'll never get through the game. Okay, so the goal here is to light the beacon, but you can't light the beacon until you defeat the commander. I don't know whether he's guarding the beacon or not, really. I see him on this side of the beacon, right over there. But I don't know why I can't just climb to the top and light it. I didn't try that. Maybe I should have, but I figured, go ahead. This guy's sleeping on the job. Go ahead and fight this guy. And I don't have any spirit. That's not smart. He doesn't have a health bar, which isn't very helpful. Oh! He's got a sword like mine, although his looks like it's bigger than mine. Pause. Yeah, he intimidated me with that move, with the Altumbra move thing he just did. Let's get this little guy out of the way. And I think he had more little blades than me too. So I'm going to use the same strategy I used against Altumbra. He definitely has more blades than me. I don't know why or whether I'm doing something wrong. And his sword is definitely bigger than mine. But it's not as big as Altumbra's. lock on. Close palm, get some hits in, close palm again, get some more hits in. Dodge out of the way. Okay, well that took him out. Actually, he wasn't that bad, so maybe he didn't need a health bar. Alright, let's jump down and see if he had any loot. Actually, I should have floated down instead of causing myself more damage by jumping down like that. And he has no loot. That was a waste. So once you light the beacon, your crew will get here, so you don't have to fight any of those guys. But it's on the plateau that this beacon is on. You don't have to fight any of them. I don't know how many of them are down there, but you don't have to fight them at all. So you go to the top. And one of the things I learned in the previous beacon is don't bother using the arrows. It's a pain in the ass. Because the arrows don't light. And you have to sort of angle in a weird way to get them light. Just use your blinding flash. Yeah. That's so much easier than trying to light it with an arrow. Okay, now your crew should show up. Mission complete. Nice screenshot. All right, we need to talk to Torstein. See, we've rescued. Wow. Wow. We jumped to 395. I guess it was everybody who was on this platform. Loot sent to private storage. I need to check my private storage. I checked the one in the tent in Howling Hill, and it doesn't ever have anything new in it. Except the stuff I put in. So there's another chest somewhere. And it's not behind the guy who does the provision stuff at Howling Hill. That's where I thought it was. So I'm wondering if it's back at the first tent that I had in the game. It should. I wouldn't think it would be, but I need to check that out. Because I'm not sure what's being sent there and what's not. So maybe there was loot from the guy, from the commander that we faced here, and it was just sent there instead. Okay, so we have something up there. Maybe we should do that before we head to Torstein. Yeah, and in the area where we met Torstein, we definitely need to find the tower because it would unlock this whole map. But this is our first real mission in Pailune, so I'm not too worried about it. We're pretty early on. We've spent basically 8 episodes in Hernand. So I don't know whether we'll have 8 episodes in Pailune, but I wouldn't feel rushed if I don't get to do that today or in the next episode. See, I am curious about what that is up there. Here we go. And I don't know what that is over there, but I'm not going to deal with it right now because we need to talk to Torstein. So I just wanted to get that unlocked. We know we can always come back here because we've unlocked the fast travel point. But now we'll go back and talk to Torstein. Yeah, I think part of the allure of this game is that there's so much that you can do. My only question mark for myself is when they tell you like this, speak with Torstein. I guess I could choose not to speak to Torstein and go and do all the exploring in this area. And when I speak to Torstein, nothing will have changed. Time basically stands still when you're doing other things. That's what it seems like. But it's always like an extra anxiety-inducing thing, like I'm supposed to be talking to this guy. So a lot of exploring I'll do at the end of a chapter, or if there's a natural break in the chapter, right? There are points where there's a natural break before you initiate the next quest. You have a little bit of a break. This one sort of just rolled right into the next one. So we met, we did all this stuff, we met with Torstein.
Kill all those
he sent us to do the beacon, now he's sending us to do something else.
long enough.
The finest blade in Pailune returns. Thanks for taking care of everything
It's
so
a little bit
quickly.
like the Calphade one, although Calphade was
We
just
were holding off and discussing matters.
only
You
thing in that
arrived.
chapter was this big long-ass battle.
Here, take a seat.
Stay without me.
You're late. Come on. We've wasted enough time.
Oi, no fussing about. Get over here, quick.
Good.
What have you been doing?
We're all here.
I still don't like Yan.
Let's make sure we all know where we stand. Our goal is to retake our great capital.
Okay.
It may be to our advantage that Muirden's holed himself up in Silver Wolf Mountain.
In his absence, Ludwig, the leader of the Jackals, has taken to playing king. Even with the Blue Fangs and Greymanes combined, we don't even have half their numbers.
We're planning to fight or measure our cocks. Numbers don't matter.
Shut up, dude.
I'll slit the throats of every bear and jackal before they can blink.
All right, so we got
You're an
Ludwig.
actual fucking idiot, aren't you?
Oh,
We got Ludwig and we
Your
got
ancestors
Muirden.
must be proud, Jan, so eager to meet them.
But this isn't a suicide mission, understand?
Thank you for putting him in his place, Torstein.
To have a fighting chance, we need to target their weak points.
Then, we concentrate our attack on the gates and walls. We'll hit the harbour next. Finish off with the mines that fund them.
Do your part. See it through.
So you got
And
the
by
gates.
dawn, the city will be ours again.
Oh shit, all this is gonna happen
Remember,
in like one fell swoop.
skill won't save your neck out there. There's far too many of them.
All
This
right,
is a mission
so
with
the
more
gates,
lives than ours at stake.
the harbor, and
We
the mines.
cannot fail. Then let's rouse the warriors.
Time has come to set things right.
It's been a long, hard road.
Yeah,
Now,
but
just one step remains.
I'm using a new shield, by the way. It's slightly better than the one I had. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to the shield because I tend not to use them all that much because I'm using a two-handed weapon most of the time. But just having it on you nets you the benefits. So, increasing my defensive stats. All right, let's listen to his little speech.
Torstein's about to speak.
Brothers! The time has come to unsheath our fury.
Okay.
To let our rage be brandished in steel.
That's kind of nice.
Our ancestors are calling us to take revenge on the blasphemous invaders who have defiled our land. How shall we answer them? Today, we will become one spear to pierce the hearts of those bastards.
You see, the mission has filled the men
Okay,
with
not
new
quite
life.
Return of the King type
Spirits
speech.
do seem high.
Not quite.
We'll end this fight swiftly.
By now, word's likely reach the enemy's ears. Best not give them a chance to brace themselves.
Too many people here. Let's talk elsewhere. I need to tell you about Gian. But first, there's something at my quarters you should collect. Then meet me at the bridge, by the town gates.
Okay.
Supplies are ready to be delivered.
Excellent. Did those bastards make any other moves?
This sort of feels like... I don't know why I thought this would be an endgame thing where we go after Mirrodin. The Ludwig guy is a new name. Never heard of him before. Mirrodin, we obviously meet at the beginning of the game. He's the one that slit Kliff's throat. So I thought he would be the final boss. I didn't think we would be dealing with him in, was this chapter 7? So truly, I guess the halfway point in the game. I think there are 12 chapters plus the prologue and the epilogue, so that's 14 total. This is chapter 7. So interesting. All right, what do you have hidden here? I knew there was a reason I should search this place out. Oh, I think that's John's sword. Yes. After all the work I did to get Altumbra's sword, really? Please tell me it's a single-handed sword and not another double-handed. Okay, so we've got a sword. Now we can go talk to Torstein. So if it's a single-handed sword, then I can equip, let's see. It's not really, well, we'd never use hollow visage anyway. So it's a single-handed sword. So I don't know. It doesn't seem necessarily like better than Divine Echo's bow. I got that by going all the way across the map to get it because I was trying to do the old infinite arrows thingy. Although you don't need that, I think it sort of works better with it. It's the best bow in the game. I actually need to invest a little bit more in my marksmanship too, which I haven't really done since the beginning of the game. Anyway, I don't think we should steal anything in front of all these guys, so I don't think there's anything in here to steal anyway. So we're gonna go meet Torstein. So we have a new weapon. I have not also been investing in socketing. Let's go look in here since this guy's been standing out here the whole time. We never went into this little area. There's a recipe we can take. There's not much in here, but it seems like it may be a point in a game where it's time to start working with some of the abyss gear and refinement. Those are the two things I haven't really done. I did some refinement very early on for the very first weapon I had in the game. I might have even done it for the first set of armor that I had. This armor set, I think I'm probably going to keep till the end of the game. I like it. And again, my understanding is with weapons and armor, if you max them all out, they end up equal. Now, they may have, a particular affinity. Like this one is sort of frost resistant.
That's why I called you here.
There may be another set of armor that's fire resistant, things like that. So those affinities are the things that make them different. But in terms of the other characteristics of them, once you max them all out, then they're all the same. Same thing with the weapons. you know, a max weapon is a max weapon. It doesn't matter what the weapon is. Now you can obviously change certain elements of the weapon if you have the ability to imbue, which I don't have yet, or depending on what you socket into your
the sword I asked you to retrieve.
Which Abyssgear you socket
it belonged to Beighen. It bears the will of the man that led Pailune. You may not have been close to him, but I know you share this hope.
See, he's another one that's running over everybody in the...
And build a greater Pailune.
As did everyone.
Everybody in the road, he's just running over them guys.
Filled us with hope.
This game needs a horse lane. Okay, well, he ran into the horse.
Something?
I don't know the full truth.
Faster!
But I'm certain he walked into a trap. A damn clever one. No doubt Ludwig had a hand in setting it.
It's interesting because we saw him...
He opposed it. Beighen cared greatly for Ludwig. He sought to raise him into a man of honesty and integrity.
Okay. Remember at the beginning of the game when the guy walked into the room, stabbed in the back? That wasn't Beighen. Beighen was already dead. Because we had a conversation at his gravesite.
For Beighen as well.
Run.
And I was thinking, wait a minute, didn't Beighen die in the first episode? He was already dead. He was already dead and buried by the time we were introduced in the game.
Run.
I don't know where my other horse went, by the way. This is not the horse I usually ride. And I'm going to give them names so I can... I gave the dog a name. The dog's name is Casey, by the way.
No, please, I'm begging you. Quit bleating and move. You're not going anywhere.
This is what's happening in Pailune.
When I say move, you move. Got it?
It's awful.
Have you seen what they've done?
We got a hanging tree out there.
Pailune still bleeds from the pain they've wrought. We've lost many lives since the Greymanes were cast out. It's time we repay them.
Why do I feel like he's going to send me into that while he just stands back?
I'll be outside the fortress gates with the main force.
Of course you will.
When night falls and explosions rock them, we strike. But...
Is something wrong?
I've sent a scout into Pailune. Someone you know well. Shane.
Shane was here.
We crossed paths not long ago. Eyes as sharp as his arrow tips. You should have heard something by now. Still no word.
I'll go look for him.
Then I'll entrust this mission to you. Tonight's victory may hinge on it. I'll make sure your comrades know where to rally.
Is there a place to gather?
There's a house on the hill just outside the fortress. I've got some explosives there as well. May the ancestors guide you, Greymane.
Okay, so we have a multi-part quest. We need to find the safe house. Where is it? Of course, it's freaking far away. So we need to find the safe house. We need to get some explosives. And it looks like there's a fast travel point somewhere nearby. Yeah, right there. All right, we're gonna unlock that. Come on, horsey. Yeah, I will definitely give the horse a name. I have two horses. Like I said, I don't know where the other one went. Just like I didn't know where the dog went for a long while, but apparently at some point they will go away on their own and you can resummon them. You have to go to the menu. Again, the game doesn't really explain that to you. So if you're fooling around and you're just looking through the menu, you sometimes say, wait, this says pets, and you click on it, and of course any pets you have will be there. So I have the one dog and I have two half dogs. What I mean by that is two dogs in Hernand, a white one and a little bulldog, who I didn't want, but when I was feeding the white one to get the trust level up, the little bulldog came along and started eating the meat. So I got him to 30%, and the other one is a higher percentage. So I need to go back to Hernand and and just finish those off so I have more than one dog. Although I don't think you can have more than one with you. I think you can only summon one at a time. And Casey's doing a pretty good job, so I don't know. I'm not in a hurry to do that. And in Scalastone, you can, I guess those are emus, I guess. You can get those as well. I did have a bear. I don't know how to make the bear stay my bear, because I broke the bear, as Casey, and then I rode the bear, and then as soon as I got off the bear, he tried to attack me again. So I guess he wasn't really my horse or my, I don't really call him a pet, because we don't think of the horses as pets. Yeah, I always knock these towers down. You can do that with a charged shot. So anyone who's sniping at you, you don't have to worry about them sniping at you if you knock those down. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm wilding out here. Alright, and there's a big volcano in the background, or whatever that is in the background. But interestingly, this one's, the gate's already open. You have a bunch of Pailunese prisoners.
I can't thank you enough.
Die already, you snake!
You've done me a great service.
Okay, we're continuing to rescue you. Continuing to rescue you. These poor guys sound so pathetic, begging for help. Alright, buddy, let me just take care of these enemies first and I'll let you go. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Okay, the dog is here. I was like, where's my dog? Because picking up these little things is crazy.
I owe you a great debt.
Let these guys go. Again, I don't know if there's an achievement for this. I'm at 400 of these guys now.
Thanks to you.
But yeah, I guess maybe there's not an achievement. And I don't know whether this continues after we liberate Pailune. So maybe once we liberate Pailune, we'll stop getting counts for the refugees here, because we will likely have moved on to Dominus, right? I mean, we've heard of Dominus, but we haven't really done, I don't know why it's showing that. We haven't really done quests in Dominus. And then 2 other areas, including the Crimson Desert. I've been to the Crimson Desert. Like I said, I've been to every area of the map already. Usually to just do one thing and then jet back out of there to... Like the little Auroran kids were all over the map, so that's one where I went. I went to across the Crimson Desert to try to figure out a way to get the abyss gears that I needed to do the synthesis into a infinite arrow thing. So I went there a couple of times, but then I mistakenly killed all the enemies that had the shields that would have had those abyss gears embedded in it. And then I learned that the chances of generating what you need to get 100% infinite arrows was probably like a 1 or 2% drop. So even if you do that, it wasn't a guarantee. You can get Abyss, Infinite Abyss Gear 2. The idea is to get, was it 1 and 2? I think it's 1 and 2. So one is a 40% and one is a 60% chance for infinite. And if you have both of those equipped in your bow, then it's a 100% chance. Don't use 3, right? 3 gives you 100%, but 3 is one of those ones that really isn't infinite, or at least it won't last forever. But you can get 2 from fighting a harpy boss that is... It's not in Pailune. It's... I forget where it is. It's way on the eastern side of the map. Actually, it is Pailune. Because it's a Pailune faction quest that gets you to the Harpy Queen. So, by the time we're done with Pailune, I should have the... that Abyss Gear. And then I would only need to try to get the Abyss Gear Infinite Arrow 1. I have replenishing arrows now, just in case you're wondering. For completing the Pororan quest, and replenishing arrows, unlike infinite arrows, some people say, well, once they're done, it breaks or something like that. I've never used 100 arrows. I think I said that before. So, if I go on a quest where I'm using a lot of arrows, I never get down to 100, and then it does replenish over time, and so it'll eventually go back up to 100, or actually, it's the infinity sign that's there. So I haven't had the experience of it breaking, but I'm not really doing a archer build. I just don't think it's strong enough. At least I haven't figured out how to make it strong enough. I guess if I had an infinite arrow with explosive arrows, it'd be different. But replenishing arrows is just regular arrows. You can't do that with poison or explosive. With infinite arrows, you have infinite poison, infinite explosive, and infinite regular arrows. So there is a difference, and if you want to invest the time and energy, it's probably worth it. Poison arrows are very effective. I've used those early. I had a whole bunch of them from some region of the game. Okay, we sort of jumped ahead. I didn't do a good transition there. So we're going to grab this artifact. Yeah, one of the other things, mythical ecosystem, really. One of the other things about it is I have a whole boatload of these artifacts, and I probably need to spend some time outside of recording doing the things I need to do to unlock them. Because I guess if I unlocked all of the ones that I have, some of them, I think there's like that one, I don't think I can unlock right now anyway. And then there are a couple of other ones that I wouldn't be able to unlock either. But I think there's probably of the ones I have, there's probably 80% of them that I can actually unlock, which would give me a real nice boost in terms of skills that I can unlock right now. Some of them are tedious. One of them is swim 100 meters without taking a break. And I have been in areas where I had to swim, and even out of combat, I said, let me try this and see if I can swim. I don't know how much. I don't think you can gauge the distance of 100 meters anyway. I mean, you're just swimming. But what I discovered was you can't do that quest until you get a pair of boots that unlocks an ability to swim at max speed. So the game doesn't tell you that. So that's one of those ones where you have it in your possession. If you get those boots, I don't know where you get them from. But if you get them, then you can do that quest. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to unlock that. There's another one with a shield that if you defeat 5 enemies with a shield without using your weapon, you can unlock one. And I wouldn't try it on these guys. You want to go to one of the... You want to go to where the scrubby enemies are. And you want to do it with them because you're not going to be overwhelmed like have like 18 of these guys around you. Although if you're pretty good at parrying, it'll still work. Oh, you can't take damage, so it might not work. That's the other part. You can't take any damage. So you need to kite them away from their group and just do it one at a time. See, I only get 3 blades, right? Altumbra had like 20 of them, and that other guy, that commander that I fought at the Beighen, had a whole bunch of them as well. So I don't know why I only have 3. Maybe because it's the size of this stupid sword I got. It's really smaller than it should be. So I am rocking this for the moment, but I'll probably look for something that might be a little bit better. There are a veritable boatload of enemies throughout this area. As you can see, the little meter on the left-hand side. So this is not an area. This is not an area that I'm going to liberate. I'm just trying to get to the safe house. So this guy's lighting up. Once you get to the safe house,
the North has no place for you.
You've completed this particular quest. This is the area won't be liberated until later, right? Like I said, it's not. Pailune has got a lot of enemies. It's kind of hard to say. Is this worse than Caliphate or not? Caliphate had a ton of enemies, war machines, all kinds of stuff going on. We had to plant the banners all over the place. So there was just a lot going on in that particular mission, that particular quest line. This one, at least so far, seems fairly straightforward. Thank you, Casey. Casey's doing his job. Oh, he has a little travel pack. I don't know why the dog would need a bow and arrow, but he has a little bow and arrow, a little leather pack. He doesn't need armor because he's not. The enemies don't pay attention to the dog. I've never seen any of the enemies try to attack the dog. And the horse is a little bit like the horse in Ghost of Yotei. So whenever there's a battle, the horse goes to safety. Actually, he's not at safety, he's standing right there. Usually he sort of runs off to the side. For some reason he's just standing there this time. But in almost every other battle, he sort of goes and hides in the trees. Right now he's watching me get my clock cleaned. Oh, there he goes. He ran off. You can see him on the mini-map, right? He's never too far away, but he doesn't usually stay in the middle of the fray. I have seen enemies attack the horse, but I've never seen an enemy attack the dog. So Casey will never be getting armor. I'm going the wrong way. I think I'll get a cat as well. I found cats in 2 different areas. Pailune has a boatload of cats if you're looking for them. And there's another magical area, I can't remember the name of it, that also has a lot of cats. There's my horse. Sorry, horsey. You're here chilling. I know you're probably stressed out. I'm fine. Let's go. I don't know whether there's an achievement for getting one of each kind of animal as a pet. I know you can get an eagle. But I'm not sure what an eagle pet actually does. Okay, that just means my horse is upgraded a little bit. Because when I first got this horse, it was like horrible. I was like, okay, the horse can't move, can't run fast, and go back to the other horse. But I don't know where that other horse is. They're two Herspias, so I'm definitely going to give them a name. I don't know where the other one is. It didn't give me the option for summoning. Okay, so it looks like I can have like 10 pets. They're like, it's like 10 or 12 slots. It didn't give me the option. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done this because there are a million enemies over here. And I am never going to clear them all out. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, also, earlier I said there's no XP in the game. That's not true. There is XP in the game. It's not XP in the traditional sense that you have a number counter that goes up, right? Like, you know, you see the number where you start the game, you get 100 XP and you level up, and as you progress through the game, you need 200 XP to level up, and so on and so forth, right? The way this one works is you look at the left-hand, lower left corner where you have the mini-map. On the left side of the mini-map is this gold bar. That gold bar on the side, once it reaches the top, it'll give you an Abyss artifact. That's your levels. So you don't get levels in the true sense, but you'll get another Abyss artifact. So I don't know whether you call it leveling up, but it's certainly a form of leveling up. So when I said, oh, it doesn't make sense to fight the same enemies again, you can just run past them, well, that's not exactly true. If you want the XP in order to get the artifact. Again, right now I have more artifacts than I've actually used, so yeah, in this case, I'm running past them because it looks like there are like 500 of them. And I got a feeling that when we actually attack this area, once we signal to our crew that's waiting wherever the hell they're waiting, that we're going to clear this area. But right now, the goal is find the safe house and secure it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I think I discovered that in the Caliphate one as well. Initially trying to fight everybody and realizing there must be like 1,000 enemies here. There's no way for me to clear them all myself. And the game doesn't intend for you to do that. And I think that's true in this area as well. I think the game doesn't intend for you to do that. And we're not likely to finish in this episode anyway, because we're at the hour and 45-minute mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to locate the safe house. And we're going to wrap up at that point, and then when we come back, we're going to complete our Pailune liberation mission. At least I think we're going to complete it. I don't know how long it is. I mean, the Caliphate one was pretty long, and I couldn't squeeze it into... If I'd known it was going to be that kind of a battle, I would have tried to just do it one long episode. But I started in one episode, realized it was going to continue on, and then did the next one. All right, so we're here at the safe house. Looks secure. Kliff is not really the stealthiest guy in the world. Okay, we got that. Let's scope out what you guys are working on.
Intruders!
Where are the others?
Luca saved my life.
There you are! Oh, who's this fucker? What, you already tore through those bastards without me? Next time, save a few for me. Dogging all the fun.
Oh, there's plenty left out there waiting for
Thank you. There certainly are.
We've got more pressing matters. Shane's in trouble. He went out to scout around. Hasn't been heard from since.
Why the fuck did he go and do that? Well, that's a steaming pile of shit. Bastard just had to run off on his own.
He was on a mission,
Jan,
dude.
Dwayne, take care of planting the explosives.
Wouldn't it be better if we all look for him? Unker, you, of course me. Kill some black bears, make a day of it.
We'll set up the
What are you on
explosives
about?
and await your
I
signal.
don't take orders from you.
Let's go,
Hands
Jan.
off.
You and I have a few things to settle.
Grudges are for cockless cowards. Let it go. We're busy enough gutting black bears. Hey,
With that
let go
temper,
of me,
you'll blow
I
our
said.
cover before
Get
we
your
even
hands
start.
off.
He really
Take
is a
us all
hothead.
down.
Wow.
Hey,
Snap
of
the next
course,
cleaner
come on.
first.
Hey, let's just talk outside.
Okay. So, camouflage. Ah, that's how we're supposed to be moving around. Yeah. I'm quite sure I didn't remember the camouflage myself. All right. So, when we come back, as we wrap this up right now, when we come back in the next episode, we're going to pick up from exactly where we left off. We're not doing anything in between. And so I will see you guys in episode 10 of Crimson Desert. Thank you for joining me in episode 9 of Crimson Desert with sound improved, although I think there's still some hiccups with the sound. I'll check it out. But thanks again for joining me. This is Reg with PaxAriaGaming. I will see you in the next one. If you like this video, hit the like button, and more importantly, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, see you guys soon. Take care.